Hello and welcome back to the channel. On today's tutorial I'm going to be sharing with you how to cut and sew a structured sleeve, and also how to attach it to a dress, and how to also create a 3D applique for a dress and attach it to your structured sleeve. So if it's your first time viewing my channel, please hit on the subscribe button, and if you're a returning subscriber, thank you for always supporting my channel. So let's dive right into today's video. So first, here's the pattern paper I'll be working with. So the first length I'm going to work with is 20 inches, which is for the side, and for the structure that is going up I'll be using 25 inches. So I'm going to go ahead also to mark on this point. So I'm going to be using the same pattern paper to mark out for the both structures, and the total length, the width I'm going to be working with is 4 inches. So I'm going to mark this 4 inches, and I'm going to take my ruler and I'm going to draw and connect, creating a straight line. So after I'm done doing that, I'm just going to go ahead to cut out this paper. So now I'll place this on a fabric and fold it this way. I'll cut out this length, and to cut out my main length I'm going to fold my fabric. I'll iron gum stay on it, and I'm going to stitch it together with 1/2 inch. So now I've gone ahead to place the pattern on a fabric, and I iron gum stay and I stitched it together. So this is what I have. So the part that I have the stitching, I make sure that it is facing the center, like it's at the center, because when I'll place it, it's going to be at the back. So I'll go ahead and run 1/2 inch on both sides of these structures, and I'll be passing my boning through it. So after passing my boning through it, this is what I have. So I left about 1/2 inch at the lower part because you're going to be stitching it down, and I'll go ahead to cut out the little rough edges that I have at that point. So now you're going to be stitching it down. So before you stitch it down, I'm going to go ahead to pin it. Now you can use a sewing machine or you can hand stitch. So I prefer hand stitching to get what I actually want. But before doing that, I'm just going to be explaining to you how you're going to be stitching it down. So I'll go ahead and use my pin to hold it down. So you can go ahead and hand stitch or top stitch on it with your sewing machine, and as you can see that the structure is standing very well. So after doing this, you're going to be introducing the second structure of this dress. So this is the second structure, and you're going to go ahead to place and also stitch. If you have any rough edges, go ahead and cut it out, and you're going to place it on it this way, and you're also going to stitch or hand stitch your pattern. So you can also stitch it without folding it in, and go ahead to use your applique or design to cover it. So after placing it, I'll go ahead and hand stitch it, and after hand stitching it, I went ahead to cut out my lace patch and I covered it with it because you want to have like a clean finishing at that point. So now we are going to be creating the 3D applique that we are going to be placing on this dress. So I'm going to be creating this 3D applique without a wire work. If you want it to have more effect, you can go ahead and glue a wire to your dress, to your pattern, sorry. So first I'm going to go ahead to place my hemming gum on my organza. I have a video where also I created a 3D pattern on my channel, so you can also go ahead to check it out. So I'll cover the organza and I'm going to go ahead to iron it. So I don't have a direct source of light where I'm actually doing my video, so what I'm going to do, I went ahead to just heat up my iron, but I'm going to take it in and I'm going to iron it very well so that the hemming gum is going to melt inside. So after ironing, this is what I have. So you can go ahead and create any shape of your choice or any design of your choice. So you can even create like a flower and cut it out on it, but I'm going to be using this pattern to cut out the shape to show you what it looks like. But first, I'm not going to be working with this particular one. I'm going to go ahead to create another design actually. So this is more like an illustration before I'm going to go ahead to cut out my pattern. So after cutting out, this is what I have and this is what it's looking like. So next, I'm going to be cutting out the one that I'm going to use for my dress. So I'm going to be cutting out the shape and I'm going to place it on the organza that I have ironed out. So I'm going to take the pattern and place, but before cutting out, I'm going to fold out my organza so that I can go ahead to cut out as many patterns as possible. So after cutting out, this is what I have, and I'll go ahead to continue following the same process and I will cut out. So after cutting out, this is what I have and I will start working on it. So this is my gum. I'm going to go ahead to place this on it, and this is my chain. So this is not the original cup chain. So to get the original one is about 500 a yard if you want to get it per yard. So I'm going to go ahead to place it round this way. You can also use your candle gum to achieve this, but using a glue gum, using this gum will make your chain or whatever you're using stick on your pattern very well without going out. So you can also hand stitch. Let's say you're using a bead to do this. I have a video where I use a bead to create a design. So you can also use your bead if you don't want your whatever you're using to fall out later. So I'm going to continue this process, and to I attach this chain to all the patterns that I have cut out, or the pattern I'm going to be using for this particular dress. So watch me do this, and if you have any question, please leave your question at the comment section. And if you haven't yet subscribed to this particular channel, please hit on the subscribe button and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up also. So now I'm going to be attaching my 3D effect to this, and I went ahead to cut out lace patch to cover up where I stitched my structure to make it neat. Now I'm going to be using my gum to stick it on it this way, and I'll go ahead to take the next pattern and I'll place. Repeat the same process for this other one, and I will also do this for this other side. So this is what I have. So you can go ahead to add a stone or whatever to the center. So it's optional, but it's going to make your applique look more beautiful if you want to. So I'm just going to stick a rhinestone to it at the center this way. So after doing this, I'm going to be repeating the same process for my pattern. I'm going to be sticking on this other side of it and also on the other side of the structure. So watch me while I do this, and if you have any question, just like I said, please leave it at the comment section. So after I'm done, this is what I have, and if you find this tutorial very interesting and indicative, and if you haven't yet subscribed, please hit on the subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and see you in our next video. Thanks.